Hello, everybody, and welcome to Perspectives. I'm Sam Jones, and my first guest today is Amy James. Amy's Director of Development with Meals on Wheels of Metro Tulsa. Good to have you here.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
You know, it seems like the organization has been around since dirt. Where did it start? How did it get its launch?
Well, Meals on Wheels started in Tulsa in 1970, and it started with community churches making these meals in their kitchen and delivering them to those who needed it. And it spread from there.
And you mean it started in Tulsa?
Well, the Tulsa branch started.
Okay.
It's a nationwide program, but it started in each community differently. But that's how it started here.
Do you have any idea where it started?
I believe it started at First Presbyterian Church, and then there were several churches who would pitch in and they would do the cooking and the delivering for each day of the week. And then it spread from there to where we are today.
What's the criteria for who receives a meal?
Our clients are homebound, and they can be senior citizens or they can also be disabled homebound. So while the majority of our clients are senior citizens, they don't necessarily have to be if they are disabled and homebound.
Well, you guys got just recently a big AARP grant, didn't you?
We did. We were excited to get that grant. It's helping us with some home safety projects, which is another service we provide for our clients.
How does that function?
Well, when our drivers and our volunteers go to our clients' homes to deliver their food, we also check and make sure that there aren't falling hazards, or make sure they have a doorbell that works, or if they need light bulbs changed or grab bars put in their showers, we'll help with those projects. Some larger projects we do are building ramps for people who need them with wheelchairs.
You do that?
We do that too.
What an interesting concept.
Yeah.
So you're kind of not only do you take care of the tummy, you take care of everything around them.
What we like to say is we provide more than a meal.
What do you need most besides money?
Volunteers. We always need volunteers.
Really? Is there a shortage?
There is a shortage. After COVID, we lost a lot of our volunteer base, and we've been building it back up. But it takes about 320 volunteers each week for our meals delivery. So we'd like to expand. In 2025, we're looking to add additional delivery days for some of our client routes. So we need more volunteers to do that.
What's a good round figure in terms of volunteers that you need?
Well, today we have 800 active volunteers. Now that they could volunteer 1 hour a month, or they could volunteer 5 hours a week. Mm-hmm. We have various commitments, and we're open to lots of different types of volunteering and lots of different commitments. But to expand into multi-day delivery for all of our sites, we probably need an additional 200 to 300 volunteers.
And that's one meal per day per customer?
Yes, one meal, 5 days a week.
Okay. That begs the question, how are the meals prepared?
We have a kitchen in our facility. Our facility is located on 51st Street, right across from La Fortune Park. Mm-hmm. And we have a beautiful new facility. We've been there a couple of years, but we have a wonderful commercial kitchen. And the meals are prepared there. Our kitchen staff gets there about 4:30 in the morning, and they're finished and out the door by 1. But they prepare 1,200 meals Monday through Friday.
You're kidding.
It's a big operation.
Holy Toledo.
They prepare those meals, and then we have 12 delivery sites where we take the meals to those sites, and the volunteers will come to those sites to pick up their meals to deliver to their house.
I don't think people realize the need that's out there. How many folks actually depend on Meals on Wheels just to get by?
We do about 1,200 meals every day. So that's quite a few folks.
All right, somebody watching this might say, I need their help. What do?
They can just call our office, and we have some client care coordinators, and they will help them get set up, and we get them qualified and get meals coming their way.
And that's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been with them?
I've been with them almost a year.
So as development director, where are you headed?
Well, my job is to raise the money for our operations and our programs.
Okay.
So that's a big job. We are primarily charitably funded. So we do fundraisers, and we get a lot of gifts from individuals, and then we get some foundation grants, and then we have events to help raise money for our programs.
I would venture too that in many cases you're, and by saying you're, I mean anybody who works with Meals on Wheels, that's the only face they see.
It is. A lot of times the person who delivers the food might be the only face our client sees that day. So it's a great opportunity for us also to do a wellness check on that client and making sure they're okay. We check in. Our volunteers and our drivers, they have an app on their phone. So every time they deliver a meal, they ask the client how they're doing, and they note it on the app. And then if there is a problem with the client, if we think we need to notify their family or their emergency contact, they can put it in the app, and then our client care coordinators will get in touch with their family so they know that they may need to check in on their loved one.
Sounds like a well-oiled machine.
We think so.
What's the growth factor as you look ahead? Where are you guys headed?
It's a little scary because the senior population in the U.S. is set to grow by 21% in the next 10 years as the baby boomer population hits these ages. So that's a lot of growth. So we'd love to be able to serve every person. We never want to turn anybody away, but it's gonna take more volunteers and more funding to meet that need that we know is coming our direction.
I would imagine too that you very often run into safety features that need to be addressed around the house.
Yes.
A door that won't shut properly, stairs to climb that they can't possibly climb.
Right. And our volunteers will check on that when they're in the house. And when we see a need, we actually have a fellow on staff who will go to their homes, and he will take care of those things. We need to make sure they have a doorbell so they can hear when we come. They often aren't in position to change light bulbs. And then we build safety ramps or wheelchair ramps for people who need them. We do about 12 to 18 a year. And a lot of times we'll do those in partnership with a company that might be wanting to do a team building community service project. It's a great opportunity for them to get involved.
Your volunteers then, I would assume, get a thorough background check?
Yes, all volunteers do go through a background check.
So everything is wide out in the open.
Right. Yeah. We want to keep our clients as safe as we can.
Is there any kind of a pattern that you've noted in the year that you've been there as to who signs up and when? Do they wait till the last minute?
Usually, as soon as the need's there, their family will get them in and get them signed up. But we do often have people who come to our services just on a temporary basis.
Yeah.
For instance, if they've been in the hospital and just need some support for a short amount of time. And they can be on our service, too, for as long as they need it.
So not each and every one is a long-term event.
Correct.
Is that the case nationwide?
Yes, I believe it is.
Are there yearly meetings with the various chapters where they all get together and say, here's something we need to look at, or here's something we need to work on?
We do have one every year in August, and it's actually a great opportunity for us to find out what other Meals on Wheels chapters are doing. We're all so busy doing the day-to-day. It's a great opportunity to network with those folks and find out what works in other communities that we might bring to Tulsa.
Where do you guys meet?
Last year it was in Baltimore. I believe the one for 2025 is in San Antonio. Since we're nationwide, they try to vary where we meet.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be curious to know, is there an age requirement?
There is not. There is not. Someone, if they are homebound, they can qualify for our services.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. Is there an age requirement for the volunteers?
For a volunteer, we actually would like for them to be 18, but we allow students to volunteer with their parents.
Okay, so it conceivably could be a family affair.
Absolutely.
You see much of that?
We just had our big Thanksgiving delivery. We deliver on Thanksgiving Day, and that is a great opportunity for entire families to come in, and they'll do the routes together, and I think the kids seem to love it.
If I were to guess and it's strictly a guess, but if I were to guess, I would almost say your chef has got to have some kind of enormous backup, some sort of help.
He does. He has. We have a good-sized kitchen staff in there, and actually, all of our meals are medically tailored. They're heart healthy, and they can be vegan, gluten-free, mechanically softened, so they meet the needs of our clients. But not only do we cook it back there, we also put it in the trays, put the seal on it, label it, and then pack it up. So it's quite an operation, and it does take quite a few people to get that done.
Sounds like you guys have come a long way since 1952.
I think so.
Amy, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. And if down the road we can be of any help, if you need us to run a PSA for you or something, let us know.
I certainly will.
And we'll pass that on to the folks that do that sort of thing, and we'll get it on the air for you.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you. We're going to take a short break because we got a paleontologist coming up. You're going to have to hear this guy. He'll just blow your socks off. We'll be back right after this.